What up, my peeps? It's your knucker, Big Rucker, back at you again with another action figure review, this time courtesy of Hasbro Marvel Legends. This is the Walmart exclusive comic version Doctor Strange. So what you have here is the classic look for Doctor Strange. We've been clamoring for that for a while. We've gotten a few comic version Doctor Stranges over the years. They've been modern takes on him in his costume when he actually joined the Avengers. We got him twice in the same black and red outfit. First time was without his cloak of levitation. And then, of course, as Hasbro will do, we got double dipped. And we got the same figure again, only this time it had the cloak of levitation with it. And you guys all know about the numerous versions of the MCU Doctor Strange that we've gotten since 2016. And now we finally got a classic version of Doctor Strange. And all is right with the world. So anyway, without further ado, let's see what we got going on here. We've got the standard Marvel Legends packaging. You can clearly see the figure and all of the accessories in the clamshell. At the bottom, you've got Marvel and the comic version Doctor Strange logo. You look to the side there, you've got some artwork of Doctor Strange. And then to the back, the rear, you've got full artwork of Doctor Strange. And because this is an exclusive and it is not associated with any waves, you see no other figures. You do see, however, a readout which is as follows. Doctor Strange. Stephen Strange was a brilliant surgeon before an accident ruined his hands. Now he defends our reality from supernatural threats as Earth's sorcerer supreme. Now, of course, you got the legalese. More of that artwork there on the other side. You have the Doctor Strange symbol at the top, spot varnished at the top, and of course legalese at the bottom. So we've got Doctor Strange out of his packaging and on the rotating platter, giving you a 360-degree view of the figure. And at first glance, what do I see? I see an excellent head sculpt. I see a true to the source material rendition of Doctor Strange in his classic attire, including the gloves with the dots on them. This is what we've been waiting for, asking for, demanding, and yeah, it looks like that's what we've got. So we've needed a classic Doctor Strange, a redo. Toy Biz actually did a classic version of Doctor Strange back in their day, and shout out to Toy Biz, but it was in sore need of an update, which we now have. So let's get Doc off of the stand and see what's up. Walmart exclusive Doctor Strange comes with this additional head sculpt of Doc, doing sleepy time. No, seriously. This is, with his eyes closed, I'm quite sure it's to demonstrate him concentrating on a spell, meditating, or something along those lines. The head sculpt looks very nice. You see it's got the bang coming down, the lock of hair draping over. I think that's a nice touch. He's got the gray temples. Gotta love that. Everything else is on point. The mustache and everything. The black wash. So yeah, I think this is an excellent addition. They, meaning Hasbro, has done something like this before with Professor Xavier. Gave him a head head sculpt where his eyes were closed to demonstrate that he was concentrating. So very great effect. Here we have another head sculpt included in this set. This is as you can see, it's painted blue. This is really the Silver Surfer head painted blue, and with some pretty, look at those eyes right there. That's crazy. when the light catches it just right. That looks pretty crazy right there. I like that. But anyhow, the reason for this head sculpt is it's not another character. It's supposed to represent Doc being masked. Back in the 60s, shortly after he came out, I don't know exactly what year it was that he started to wear this mask, and I'm a little hazy on the reason, but I believe the bottom line was he didn't want to be recognized. I think he was recognized by something or someone, and this was to basically, he went the superhero route and concealed his identity. It was a short-lived endeavor, and yeah, he hasn't worn it since, with the exception of several years ago. I want to say it was in the 21st century. There was a storyline concerning Doc and the Defenders. Something had happened where they, all of the original Defenders had become evil, and Doctor Strange went back to wearing this mask when that happened. So at the conclusion of that storyline, he of course abandoned wearing the mask again. Doctor Strange also comes with the wand of Watoon, and you've got some pretty decent detail there. See if we can, it doesn't look like it's totally in focus. Let's get that better if we can. Yeah, that looks like it's pretty good right there. So yeah, you got the wand of Watoon. You've got some very nice detail front and back. The handle over the ends of the wand, you can see it looks like, it almost looks like they're faces with horns. But yeah, pretty decent accessory right here. Doctor Strange comes with an additional set of hands. He's got his left hand is a closed fist, and his right hand is a grasper. So you could put that wand in there, and you can also put the other accessory that he came with. That being this, the axe of Angerumus, which nice accessory to be added. This is a weapon that Doc has implemented in recent years. He actually, on occasion, he goes around carrying it with him on his adventures. This has got some excellent detail. I'm liking the paint apps. It doesn't look like cheap plastic. It actually looks silver. And you've got the nice detail line work in there. See if we can get that close up so you can see that. Yeah, pretty cool. It's the same way on both sides. You see the wear, the battle damage. Gotta love it. And this is becoming pretty standard. We get these effects yet again. And Hasbro's going to run them into the dirt. At least we've got some nice looking apps to it. You know, it's that amber and fire red kind of fluorescent look. So pretty cool, I guess. It is what it is. Looking at Doctor Strange up close and personal, we can see initially looking at this head sculpt. Gotta love that. It just as good as the additional sleepy head sculpt that we got as an accessory. You've got the gray temples. You have the of course the mustache and everything else. The paint apps look pretty good. The skin tone looks okay on mine. Then immediately after that, you've got the cloak of levitation, and I'm looking to see if it's kind of sloppy. You know, it's a it can be something when you're dealing with red and yellow. The cape is molded in red and painted yellow, so you know that can always be a problem when you try to paint over a darker color, especially if you want to cheap out on the paint, not give it additional coats, and Hasbro's notorious for that. So looking around, I think that's supposed to be detailed, so that's part of it. Paintwork is fairly decent. I can't front, at least on the collar from what we see. Now going down, you've got the Eye of Agamotto right there, that amulet right there. So that's just molded in a gold type of color, but it's pretty cool. And then you've got the paint that lines that adorns the cloak. Looking, I can see that it probably should have got another coat of paint, because you can kind of sort of see the red is just trying to fight its way through. So you've got the detail that does go along the lining of the cape, which is cool. Gotta love that, especially when you get there to the end. It's the same on both sides, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, that attention to detail is on and cracking right there. Looking more at Doctor Strange, he's molded his body and his arms molded in a blue, and you've got his little emblem there, which is sculpted and painted a lighter blue, so that's cool. Goes down to the torso, the lower torso there. Looking at the arms, same thing, like molded in that blue. The gloves, as I stated before, the tops of the gloves right there, the forearms, just like how he used to wear classic. It has the spots. If you guys remember, at the end of the first Doctor Strange movie, he actually wore gloves similar to this. It was like an Easter egg for Marvel fans that remember. And then, of course, you've got the hands, gloves, same thing on the other side. The yellow belt, looking pretty cool there. The legs are just molded in black. Of course, the shoes are as well. The interior of the cape is just painted in red. The cape is you can't remove it, so that's unfortunate. It's affixed. It's part of the sculpt. There is nothing, no detail. It's just red on the inside. And turning them around, you see that that's exactly what it is, just red. And it is adorned, more of that detail along the bottom of the cape, of the cloak. So pretty cool. Taking a look at Doctor Strange's articulation, and I should warn you guys, because of the nature of this figure, especially with the cape, his articulation, despite how good he looks, the articulation does leave something to be desired. But let's see what I'm talking about here. We've got his head, which is on a ball hinge, and he can look up that much. He can look down just that much. It can go 360 if he didn't have the cloak, so he can only do about he can get 90. That's about it with the swiveling. As far as his arms, his shoulders, he can get almost 90, despite the fact that he's got the cloak blocking from getting the full 90. You can get much of it. You already know he can't do a 360 because of the cloak. He, strangely enough, doesn't have bicep swivel. He has single jointed elbows, and they swivel Black Series style. He has a wrist swivel, and it hinges horizontally. It's like that on both sides. As far as his torso articulation, he's got an ab crunch where he can go forward that far. He can go back that much. He can twist at the waist. Cool. He can do the splits that far with his hips. He can lift his leg up this much. He's got a split in his the bottom of his whatever you want to call that skirt piece, so you can get a little bit more range because of that, especially if you want to go out. He does have thigh rotation, double jointed knees, and they are pinned. He's got a cuff at his calf, and he can point his toe that far forward, this far up. He's got ankle pivot, and of course peg holes at the bottom of his feet. Here we have Doctor Strange with his fisted hand and his grabbing hand, along with the axe of Angerumus. So you can see that he can definitely clutch that pretty well. It should be noted, as quiet as it's kept, of course, if you saw the movie, you got some context on it, but Doctor Strange actually can physically fight. Part of the training was martial arts, even though he rarely engages, and it's not like he's Iron Fist or Shang-Chi, but he can get it in when he needs to. Here's Doc in his meditating poses. He's concentrating on a spell while wielding the wand of Watoon. Here he is wielding his blue man group mask, and I mean, it's a nice accessory, but to keep it a stack, you actually, his mask, that whole vibe, it covered, you didn't see any skin at all, and obviously you can see his neck. So good attempt, Hasbro, and we do appreciate the head, and I'm sure in some form or fashion we can find another use for it, because I'll probably not have this head connected to this body after this review. And here's Doctor Strange with the included magical effects. And yeah, like I said before, and I'm sure you guys can probably tell from the demeanor of how I said it, the timbre in my voice, that you know, I'm never gonna knock getting accessories, but you know, something has to be said about overuse, and how after a time, having the same effects again and again, they just don't hit like they used to when first, you know, they came out and were applied a few times. So yeah, you know, you get kind of bored with them, so you need something new, something like this. Yup, once again, it's on. Your Knuckle Big Rucker had to go on and do it. We've got custom third-party effects here, and I've got a pair of both colors, so I just wanted to show them both off in one take. And so you see, you got the green hued magical effects, and you've got the yellow magic effects. These are courtesy of Can of Beams. I tell you, doing good things over there. Definitely does what it takes to enhance your figures. Taking a height measurement of our Doctor Strange, he comes in at, he's to the top of his head, he's just slightly over 6 inches, and to the top of the tips of the cloak of levitation, it's just a little over 6.5 inches. That translates metrically to top of his head, just slightly over 15 centimeters. To the top of the tips of the cloak, slightly over 16 centimeters. Now for some comparisons, we've got our Walmart exclusive Doctor Strange next to a previous offering of a comic version of Doctor Strange by Hasbro. This is Doctor Strange in, of course, his I call it his Avengers attire. This, of course, was from the Dormammu wave, and this was just basically a re-release with the cloak, because Hasbro failed to give us the cloak to a prior release, which was the same figure, which is it's built on the Bucky cap, as you can probably no doubt tell. And originally this figure came out in the Avengers Hulkbuster wave. Then it was re-released for the Dormammu wave. This was back in 2016 when the movie, the first Doctor Strange movie came out. And they re-released Doc with his cloak. So you can see the old with the new. Speaking of old with the new, you get no older than this. This was the Toy Biz Doctor Strange, our very first Marvel Legends Doctor Strange. It had this, not necessarily, it wasn't a soft goods cape, but it was of a straight up rubbery material. And as you can see, it totally envelops the figure. This was, like I say, Toy Biz. This was from the Galactus series. You just knew we had to line him up next to his nemesis, that being Dormammu, recently of the supervillains Xemnu wave. And here is Doctor Strange with Namor the Submariner from the Black Panther Okoye Build-A-Figure wave. And here's Doctor Strange with Norrin Radd, aka the Silver Surfer. And last, but certainly not least, we've got Doctor Strange with the ever incredible Hulk, courtesy of the 80th anniversary Hulk Wolverine 2-pack. And you had to know these last three comparisons were for a reason. Anybody that's an avid comic book reader, you know the rules. And here it is. With the inclusion of the Walmart exclusive classic Doctor Strange, we have now completed the original Defenders. And they do look good. Gotta love it. And as an added bonus, I threw in Valkyrie, even though this isn't her original costume. Half of it is. She did not have the leggings, and she had the crazy knee-high sandals going on back in the day. But and also Val is tall. She's not that tall. So we are in need of a redo of Valkyrie. I could have used the Valkyrie from the old Hasbro Hulk Valkyrie 2-pack, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Even though that's the proper costume, the figure is just absolutely horrible. So there was no way I was going to mix and match and ruin this moment for myself. Here you have the original Defenders along with Valkyrie, who, if I'm not mistaken, yep, Valkyrie was the first addition to this group right here. So yeah, you've got this is the original 5, and I know that under normal circumstances I would do my summation with the figure under review, either on the 360 degree rotating platter or just standing alone by itself. But I'm feeling this right here because this is something I've been waiting for quite some time, to be able to complete the original Defenders with modern takes of the Hasbro Legends figures, and we finally got it. Obviously the caveat is Valkyrie isn't in her original costume, but she wasn't technically one of the originals anyway. She was the first recruit or 5th member, if you will. Yeah, this just looks good. I'm loving this. And Doc Strange, thank you, because you made it possible by finally becoming available. This is the classic look for Doctor Strange, and it is spot on. He comes with a gang of effects. Got to appreciate that. Even though I'm not crazy about the magical effects because they've been overused, and gotta go third party. Once again, shout out to Cano Beams for the customs. Go ahead and give him a peep. He's on Instagram. Check him out. He's got effects for all kinds of situations. Just peep it out. Speaking of the stand that the Silver Surfer is on, you see that he's suspended there. That's courtesy of Cano Beams too. So yeah, you can just get it going on big time there. He's got effects so that you can suspend the Green Goblin, the Hobgoblin, stuff like that. Getting off kilter. This is supposed to be a summation about Doctor Strange, so let me continue with that. Paint apps are good. The Cloak of Levitation is unfortunately affixed to the figure. It's non-removable, so that limits your arm articulation somewhat. But Doc is, he's not really all that demonstrative when it comes to movements anyway. I know that's a rationale, but it is what it is, because the way how we got the figures, so we've got to deal with it. Paint apps are good. Like I said, it came with a bunch of paint apps. Not paint apps, but he came with a bunch of accessories. I'm not cutting that out. We're building it as we flying it, y'all. That's why you know it's genuine up here in this side of the house, the Ruck house. Anyway, I've babbled on enough. I'm just here, just blubbering over my Defenders, my Defenders portrait right here. So I'm going to do that off screen and let you guys bounce on up out of here. Thank you guys for rocking with me. Please like, share, and subscribe, and smash the bell if you want to be notified the next time I upload a video. Until the next time, my peeps, defend your toys, and remember, the hunt continues. And I'm out. Peace.